Keep us tuned in for the latest there. And this weekend, snow, but that's not all. A lot of blowing snow and drifting Friday night and Saturday. I'll get to the temperatures in just a second, though, but out at Reptilia today, here's Kasia.
Imagine running into one of these guys out in the wild. Well, it actually wouldn't be so scary because that was just the coat, the shedded skin of the real deal, of the tarantula right here. Isn't she cute? Okay, so if people have phobias of public speaking or phobias of tarantulas, and it appears as though feeding alligators like I do, and it seems like Lee Parker over here, you have no fear whatsoever.
Well, it's generally an irrational fear, something that's taught to us by our movies or scary happenings or somebody chasing you. Your parents pass it on from generation to generation. Mm-hmm. And we see it so often in here where people come through the zoo to visit and they're afraid of something, a snake, the way it moves, a spider. So we're able to focus on those guys. We also have a program where you can come in and get over your fears. So we slowly introduce you to these animals and teach you the right way about them.
So the best way to get over these fears is to embrace it literally and to learn more about it. It's education. Exactly.
And now you've been here today. We're going to focus on your fears and you're going to put your hand nice and flat and we're going to let her walk on your hand.
I see she's making she's making a web on you, or she was. I can't even look. I can't even look, Lee.
No, have a look and breathe.
Have a look. Breathing. Now, how do I know she's not going to bite me?
You don't. Spiders generally don't bite for no reason. The biggest threat these guys do is actually kick their hairs off. That's why they warn you.
Oh, they first kick their hairs?
Kick the hairs off, and it gets pretty itchy if you get on your hand, so you may get itchy for a while. It's like picking up a cat.
That's the worst thing that can happen.
She could bite you unless you try to squash her, but that's about the worst.
Well, we're not going to do that here at the zoo. So a lot of you can get over your fears right here at Reptilia Zoo in Vaughan pretty much any time, right? You're open 7 days a week?
That's right. We're open 7 days a week from 10 till 8 during the week and 10 till 6 on weekends.
Okay, I love it. It's fantastic, and I feel so much better. Now I'm going to throw it back to you inside.
And your weekend temperatures next with your local.
It is 26 degrees in here at Reptilia in Vaughan. Great. It feels good. And we're actually learning a little bit about endangered species. This is the blue iguana, which is endangered. And we're now talking to one of our digital reporters at the Weather Network. This is Cheryl Santamaria. You may have seen her picture on the website. What are you particularly working on here?
Well, we're working on a weekly web feature called Endangered Species, where we look at plants, mammals, reptiles, and insects and how they are adapting to our changing climate. So this is a great place to be.
Perfect. So we'll have a feature on this guy probably on our website, so you'll have to check that out. And here we have Cheryl as well. And who do we have here?
Well, this is Maple. He's one of our native Ontario turtles, and he is also an endangered species. Gets hit by a lot of cars, sometimes taken out of the wild to be a pet, and he also has to compete for a habitat with people.
Okay, that's kind of a sad story, and he's so cute. I will touch this guy. All right, we're going to send it back to you inside where it's not 26 degrees outside.
With Kasia Bodurka.
Yeah, if you're looking for a place to heat up, warm up, and, check out something really interesting and embrace nature and embrace your fears, perhaps. We were talking about snakes earlier, and now we've got Nibbles here, Mr. Nibbles, as well. I should have introduced you first, really. This is Andre No of Reptilia here in Vaughan. So tell us about Mr. Nibbles. I believe he's a star, isn't he?
Mr. Nibbles is a star. He's one of our redfoot tortoises. He actually figures very prominently in our Parent and Tots program. We have a whole program just about him, where the kids get to interact with him. He's also in our camps and our education program, so he figures pretty prominently. He's a nice, friendly little guy, and it gives the kids a chance to sort of interact with different sorts of animals.
So when you say interact, basically they can touch, they can pet him a little bit.
They can touch him, we feed them, we go over their care, and for the Parents and Tots, we talk about relationships and taking care of things around you and conservation. So there's actually quite a lot built into the whole program.
So much education, right? And what kind of conditions does he prefer?
Well, Mr. Nibbles is sort of a rainforest tortoise. He comes from sort of more humid areas. He likes a little more humidity than some other tortoises. A lot of people think of tortoises as desert animals, but there are species all around the world.
Yeah, great. So much to see and learn and do here. I love it. And here we have Mr. Nibbles. I like him. Better than that snake we were looking at before. All right, we're going to send it back to you inside with your weather story.
Chalk up another one for winter. Major storm.